I started the recording so you can have people look back on this later if you'd like. I'm going to start today's presentation by asking you if you know what this is. Can anybody?
Yeah, it was a radio tube. Transistor.
It's a tube. That's right. And when I was a kid, these tubes were in basically, televisions, radios, and any kind of amplifiers and so forth. They're still prized in amplifiers, but other than that, there's not much to do with them. And one of the things that would happen is your TV would quit working, or something else that had tubes in it, and you'd go down to the store, and there'd be a machine about the size of a drink dispenser, and that machine would be able to test the tubes, all these different tubes, and then you could buy a tube out of the selection that the store would have and take it home, and your TV or whatever it else would work again. But technology has changed a good bit since then, and today we're talking about the latest item, which is artificial intelligence and how it is rocketing through the culture. And I'll first give you a definition of what artificial intelligence is. It refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, and natural language understanding. AI systems, or artificial intelligence systems, use algorithms and statistical models to analyze data, recognize patterns, and make decisions. And very importantly, they can improve their performance over time through a process called machine learning. AI has many practical applications, from speech recognition and image analysis to autonomous vehicles and personalized healthcare. One of the most well-known of these is called ChatGPT. It is the fastest growing consumer internet app ever. It reached.
Can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
EP.
ChatGPT, and this will be in your handout that you'll get after the presentation. And where I got the definition of what artificial intelligence is I went to ChatGPT and I asked it, what is artificial intelligence? ChatGPT, which is an open source platform artificial intelligence app, reached 100 million users, unique users, within just 2 months of its launch. And that's the fastest ever. They just announced a $20 a month subscription for the United States. And it is definitely, when you see what it can do, you can see why it's taking over the internet. So before we learn more about what ChatGPT is, which is the best known one at the moment, I'm going to show you. Here we go. So, as I hope you were able to see, there are really a wide variety of things that are available to help sales, and that's just one small aspect of what's out there. So, next, I want to show you some things about Chat GPT. One of the things, here's an example, and I'll share my screen again, is what it can do if you ask it a question. So you're able to see that fine?
Yes.
I asked Chat GPT, how does removing the grit from pavement by sweepers help extend the life of seal coating and line striping? And you can see this answer. Are you able to read it on your own, or shall I go through it?
Yeah. You can read it.
All right.
Sweeping helps you grit and other debris, preventing it from wearing down the surface and preserving the bond between the seal coat and the asphalt. This helps to extend the life of the seal coat and line striping, preserving the appearance performance of the pavement for longer. In addition, regular sweeping can help to prevent the buildup of dirt and debris, which can interfere with the visibility of line striping and make it more difficult for drivers to navigate the road. Very good.
So really, all those are pretty accurate, and you got that just by typing in that question. That said, here's another answer. How can pavement sweeping preserve and extend the life of asphalt and seal coating? It tells you how, by removing dirt, debris, and other harmful materials from the surface. That helps to prevent damage from moisture, chemicals, and UV rays. I don't agree. That's not going to help damage from UV rays by taking the particles off. I don't see a way that that's possible. So I include that because I want to make sure you know to not just take these answers blindly when it comes from this chat model. By the way, it's also has, I don't remember if it's 50 million or 50 billion books, how does it matter, in it, but it's only up to 2021. And by the end of the year, they're saying they expect it to be on the internet as well, to have all the internet information. So next, oh, and I wanted to also bring out that there's some reasons why some of the pundits are saying this is a Google killer. And the reason is that when you go to Chat GPT and you ask it a question, it gives you an answer. When you go to Google and ask a question, it will give you a list of websites. The top 5 or 6 are typically ads of some kind. And then you go down to the organic listings and you have to click on the website, look for the information you're after, and so forth. So that model is going away. It's widely predicted. Google will have to change how they're going to have to go to subscription models because it'll be difficult to advertise with that direct answer model, but it's a lot faster, can save you time. Microsoft's Bing search engine, which has been really nobody uses it anymore, that is expected to have a resurgence because right now they have an AI powered Bing that is available to just some small group of users and people that are reviewing it, and that's it. But that also has a chat bot that has gotten a lot of publicity as well. That you can, it's your homemade psychologist as well as question answerer. So now we're gonna go to chat and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's what the chat interface looks like. And what you type in whatever you want to type in across the bottom. One of the things that I put, as you see, to show in another example of how Victory Sweepers could use this, I said here, tell a new hire the many reasons why Victory Sweepers is a good place to work. And then I gave it some clues: leading designs, strong customer support, experienced management team, strength of a very large company backing them, and many models to choose from. Well, what the chat did was to say, here, I can give you a few reasons why it's a great place to work. It put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it listing all of those clues that I gave it. And just as an example, strong customer support. At Victory Sweepers, that's all I gave it. But what it gave me was, at Victory Sweepers, we understand that our success depends on the success of our customers. That's why we offer comprehensive support services, including training, maintenance, and repair, to help our customers get the most out of their machines. So you can see where, with just a question, you can ask and get fleshed out answers that can be part of your marketing, can be part of your owner's manuals, and so forth. And you don't just have to ask it about business things. For example, let me use an example here. I'll put into here, what's the average decrease in life expectancy in the US for someone who smokes cigarettes? Let's see what it says there.
That's good info, Ranger. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, why don't you top in who makes the best parking lot sweeper?
Well, you want that's a I guess that's a question that we might want to ask it. Now, this is taking a lot of time to do, and I'm sure that's because we have this this open. But let me do this. Usually, it pops right up. There we go. According to the CDC, smoking cigarettes, the leading cause of preventable deaths. On average, cigarette smokers die 10 years earlier than non-smokers. This means that smoking cigarettes decreases life expectancy by about 10 years on average. Now, there's just an example of something that you may or may not need to know.
Thank you, Ranger. What about weed?
So next, I have another video I want you to see, and here it is now.
has grown to over 100 million users in 2 months. It was already the fastest growing consumer application in history, but this is insane. The large language model from OpenAI was released to the public in November, and it's already showing how AI will transform life as we know it. So I want to cover how to master ChatGPT quickly. I'll show you some cheat sheets, and also give a list of 10 ways you can immediately start implementing it to improve your life and save you time. AI is going to advance exponentially and become more and more integrated with everyday life. It won't replace everyone's jobs right away, but people that are good at using AI will. It's easy to get started messing around, and I assume you already have. You just create an account and start typing, and you'll get these incredibly human-like responses to anything you ask. But there's a couple secrets to mastering ChatGPT. The first is asking it the right questions, and guess what? Perfectly crafted questions for countless topics have already been created, and you can use them for yourself, Mad Lib style. And even better, it's insanely easy. I'll show you exactly how, explain why it works, then give some more secrets. But here's the list of sample prompts, and they demonstrate the first really important concept for improving your questions. They give ChatGPT an identity as an expert in the field you're seeking advice from. Just like.
Now, I want to, because those go by pretty fast, you can ask ChatGPT to create an identity. You can say, you know, act as a travel agent, act as a salesperson, act as a psychiatrist, whatever you want to say, and it will adapt itself to use that type of persona in crafting its answer.
In real life, you would seek out an expert in the field you're inquiring about. You make ChatGPT that expert. This sets its tone and results in a more comprehensive and focused response. And the next factor is you need to define your objective as specifically as possible. That's included in some of these prompts, but you'll need to add it in yourself in others. So I'll demonstrate with an example. I'll go with something broad. Let's say I want help being healthier. The typical way someone would ask is create a healthy meal plan and exercise routine for the week. And there we go. It's not bad. Now, to level that up, I'll type, you are an expert nutritionist, health coach, and personal trainer. Use your knowledge of exercise science, nutrition advice, supplements, and other relevant factors in order to create a plan suitable for me. I am a 34-year-old fit male. My goal is to lose some weight while focusing on increasing muscle mass. I would also like to optimize for longevity. Write me a meal plan and exercise routine for the week. You can see how much better this response is with the extra protein and calories in the meal plan, and instead of mostly cardio-based workouts, it uses a lot more strength-oriented exercises. And because of the identity, it adds some additional information of the reasoning behind its choices. And in this case, being specific helps the most for obvious reasons, but you can see how drastic the change was. There's a massive list of prompts just like this for tons of scenarios. I have it linked down in the description. It's completely free. I'm not affiliated in any way, just a fan. And you can also use that link to download the desktop version of the app. I definitely recommend that. And I could go over more examples to drive this point home, but it's more helpful to do that on your own. You might have noticed I didn't copy and paste one of the prompts. I could have used like the personal trainer one. The concepts are simple, so with a little practice, you can write your own that cater to your specific scenario. On to the next step, refine. ChatGPT remembers the entire conversation within each chat, so it will still be acting as that same expert, but with any additional info you may have provided. But to refine this answer, you could say, I'm lactose intolerant, or provide that in a format that includes the calories and price for the meal plan, and only use bodyweight exercises I can do at home. Then create a shopping list for me. Boom. It's already done a full exercise routine plus a meal plan with all of the ingredients I need on a shopping list, everything catered to my specific body type and goals. The templates cover a lot of topics, and just reading through them can give you a lot of ideas on how to craft your own. So just get going, experiment, and refine your style. Depending on what the conversation's about, there are tons of follow-up prompts you can use to refine ChatGPT's answers. Some really useful ones are explain this like I'm 5 years old, compile this into an actionable list, summarize this into a tweet, write this in the perspective of a partner, a friend, a customer, a pirate, make this more formal or informal, add some humor or sarcasm to this, format this as a table, as bullet points. Those are some I use all the time. There are countless use cases for this that can save you time and optimize your life. Some easy ones to implement are writing for like essays, copy, scripts, emails, texts, tweets, and you can input whatever style you would like it to compose those in. You could also feed it a lot of your own writings and tell it to compose any of those in that same style. You know, write a loving text to my wife that sounds like me. Recommendations for things like products, books, or songs. You know, I liked this book or product. What's another similar one I might like? And then brainstorming is huge. Business ideas, titles, writing prompts, YouTube videos, and if the ideas it comes back with seem bland or generic, I like to add the requirement that the ideas should be unique or unconventional. Then coding, it can save massive amounts of time writing or troubleshooting code. Another one I like a lot is simplifying complex topics like books, lectures, or articles. You can just copy a long article and paste it in there, then ask it to summarize it or give you some bullet points, or you could give it the title of a self-help book and say, give me a list of 5 actionable insights from this book. Things like that, it's great. And then recommendations around health, exercise, or mental health. There's tons of ways to apply that to your life. It's great for recipes. You could list some ingredients you have on hand and ask it for recipes that use only those ingredients. Shopping lists, you can just write what meals you want to make and tell it to make you a grocery list with the items you'll need. And also basically any question you would typically Google, it will usually get you the answer more quickly. It'll analyze a bunch of sites and give you the most relevant info. Just remember that this is a tool. Use it to save you time, but it's not perfect. You need to use your own judgment to know what to use and when to fact check. It's here to stay, and over the next 5 to 10 years, maybe less, those that are competent and confident in using AI and implementing it in their life and work will get further ahead in their personal, professional, and probably romantic lives.
No questions at the moment.
You said how much is this a month? It's a subscription?
Free, but when I looked it up this morning, they said that yesterday they are saying that they're going to adopt a $20 a month model for that. And there's a desktop app that you can get. The company could have an app, just have a subscription, and everybody on the sales team could log in with that user, as long as you don't mind that the questions you ask are going to be listed there. It keeps track of all the questions you've asked. You can delete them though. So if you are asking it to write a poem for your wife or girlfriend, you might want to delete that once everybody else may log on. I think you'd only have one person able to log on at a time too, if you had one individual account. Any other questions?
When you ask it about working for Victory Sweepers,
Yeah.
Where did it get that information from? Did it go to the website to get it?
No, it's not actually about Victory Sweepers. I told it what I asked it about, why Victory Sweepers is a good place to work. I said, here are some of the things that we have with Victory Sweepers are these items. And then it used its large database of information to flesh those out into what good customer service means, for example. So here's what it comes up with for good customer service. Here's what it comes up with for good designs. What are the advantages to a consumer when there are good designs? And it pulls that in. And then it's up to you to look at it and say, do I believe that or don't I believe it? Is that correct? Is that something we want to be portraying? Since we're screen sharing, let's move on to this one. And this is called Clip Drop. And I wanted to give you just several examples of other AI programs out there. And this is all this information will be available in your handout. So don't worry about that, but we'll watch the video.
Let's add some elements to this mood board using Clip Drop. First, let's load the mobile app and let's take a picture of our jacket. I can adjust the viewport, tap to take the picture, and just like that, we have our jacket. And now I can paste it anywhere I want on this document. Let's say, for instance, here. Okay, it's been imported. And what we can see is that there is the mask here, which is non-destructive, which means that we can double-click and now adjust it. Remove, for instance, this part, maybe that part as well. Adjust the edges a little bit, the contrast of the mask, and there we go. We have our jacket nicely extracted. Let's put it here. Okay. Now, let's add a sketch from the sketchbook of the same collection. So again, I frame it, tap, and now I can paste it. For instance, here. There. Let's resize it a little bit. And let's put it here. Okay. Now, let's add something that we don't have in this room. For instance, a fox. So I go on the web and search for fox. Let's pick one that we like that would match nicely. How about this one? Yes, great. So I can go on the clip drop icon and select clip. Now I just select my fox, and here it is. Clip drop extracted it. And see how the hair has been preserved nicely on the tail here. Now we can just go back to Photoshop and simply drag and drop our fox on the mood board. Scale it down a little bit. And let's put it here. Great. Finally, let's add some text, some inspirational quote or poem. So let's go back on the web and let's search for Poem Autumn. Let's go and see if we find one in the images that we like. How about that one? Yes, beautiful. So this time, we'll go again on the clip drop icon, but we select text, and this will extract the text from any image. For instance, there. I can simply now copy it to the clipboard. Go back to Photoshop, get the text tool, and paste it. And here we go. We have our mood board, completed in a few minutes using clip drop.
So as an example of this, I'll go to the and before I get there, here's a picture of the Liberty GX that I put up on the web at World Sweeper, just to use as an example. So that's what our photo looks like. And I'll go back to clip drop. I'll say new. I need to go get my image, and that is going to be here. Let's see, there we go. It's that same image that I used in the HTML document.
I can see this will save me some time.
There's your image. And now you can do whatever you want. Now, this is a free account because I don't really have a use for this. So you can only have it at, I think, 720 resolution, something like that. But I'm not sure what the gouge is on that, but it wasn't much. So any questions about how that might be useful? I think Chris has got it right away. But you can pull any photos you want off the web or any place else, take the backgrounds out automatically, and it does save yourself a lot of time. And it doesn't have to just be with Photoshop. I mean, you have the image without a background, and now you can save it in whatever program you want and then add it in, whether that's your manual or wherever it is. There. All right, so this is called Writer, and this is the one that I suggest. I believe it's $29 a month, something like that. It has 5 million users, more than. It gets a 4.9 out of 5 rating from over 1,000 reviews, and it's been used 25 million plus hours. And they claim to have saved $500 million plus in content writing. So, in the time it takes people to write concept. So here's we'll start writing, and what I put in is I wanted English language, I wanted a convincing tone, and at first, and then you can say what it is you're doing: a blog idea outline, blog section, brand name, business idea pitch, business ideas, call to action, email. There's a lot of choices here of what you might want to be, the tone you want, or what the end result is for what you're going to write. And at first I said I wanted headlines for my email. And I said, explain why purchasing a parking lot sweeper from Victory Sweepers is best. And then I added industry-leading designs, excellent customer support, and many decades of experience. When I did that, and asked for, first I asked for headlines for my email: drive away with Victory Sweepers today, get sweeping with Victory Sweepers, sweep away your woes with Victory Sweepers. That's what it came up with. But I got 2 examples of I might have as an email. As you look for the right parking lot sweeper, let us tell you why it makes sense to choose Victory Sweepers. Our company is proud to be a leader in the industry, offering top-notch designs that are built to last Our customer support team is available to help at any time, and we have decades of experience in creating durable and efficient sweepers. We understand the importance of creating a welcoming environment for your customers and staff, which is why we make sure all our sweepers are built with quality materials that perform well and look great. Investing in a Victory sweeper will save you time and money in the long run, as our products are designed to stand up against all kinds of weather conditions. Well, you might agree with all that and you want it in your email, or you might not. But what a leg up in terms of writing an email to your customer under that circumstance. The next one is a little different. Invest in the best for your parking lot maintenance, Victory sweepers. And I won't read that to you. You can see it yourself, right? Is it large enough to read?
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
But look at the difference in tone there. And what I asked it was convincing. I could have asked it for humorous. Let's see, what could I ask it? Appreciative, assertive, awestruck, candid, casual, enthusiastic, funny, humble, passionate. What's the passionate reason you want a Victory sweepers? I don't know. I'm afraid to try that one. But by using those different tones, you're going to get a different response, and you can pull from one or the other and move back and forth. And any questions?
How much is that?
That's $29 a month, which is quite reasonable. And as you'll see on your handout, I put a couple other choices that are highly rated, but they're maybe more multi-featured, but they're also quite a bit more expensive. One is $50 a month, and one is $85, I think. But I couldn't recommend more highly that the company invests in something like that for the sales team, for the whoever there is going to be writing letters and so forth. It's just it's phenomenal how much time you can save with that. That's for sure. So as our last one is called synthesis, and this one is I don't recall what the expense is for this, but again, it's in your handout. And what you can do with this is to have a company spokesperson. So if you don't want to be the person standing there saying this or that about the company or anything else, then you can use the synthesis program. And again, there are more of these kinds of programs that are competitors out there. But that's the one I chose to show you. And what I did was type in some information. So you have some information you want said. Because I didn't open up anything more than the free account, it limits me to a certain number of words. But examples of how you might want to use this include hiring people or telling them about the company. You might have the training for new hires, or for your people that are buying the sweepers, and you could have modules that would tell them what they might want to hear from it. So as the last one here, I will share the screen again. And this is what I entered in as text, is what she's going to tell you.
Victory Sweepers is committed to creating innovative, top-of-the-line sweepers that meet the needs of our customers. Our engineering team is constantly pushing the boundaries of innovation.
That's not a real person. That's a synthesized person. So you can choose, men, women, of different looks and so forth to portray your message if you'd like. And So, I would guess I would say in conclusion that that you can either stay where you are now, and there are some people that of course will want to do that, but you may find that that's limiting in some way to you, or that you aren't as competitive as you might be if that's how you want to do it. So, questions?
Awesome.
Got to put these on, but they're really, whoa, the volume is great.
Great inputs.
So that's kind of like a voice, because I've used some of the voice stuff. Matter of fact, the last time I did a video, I used Fiverr and actually had a real person do a voiceover.
Sure.
But that would actually be just as well for free. Well, obviously not free.
Yeah, it's not free, but if you were going to do some, and let's say you wanted to put together a module about, when you buy your sweeper, then here's what we want you to do. For example, I'll use what I do at World Sweeping Association. When a new member comes in, I have a series of, I think it's 17 frequently asked questions. But I took each of those modules and put them online as an email. So then I went into the email program that I use, and they get, when I sign them up for that, then they get an email every week that each one in succession tells them how to use their World Sweeping Association membership most effectively. And it'll do things like, download your logos, or here's how to use the search bar, or, here are the things that where to go for your handouts and that kind of thing. So once a week, so it's not so much, I mean, there, 1,000 files on the site. So once a week is a bite that they can handle and help them out. So by being able to automate that sort of thing, for your company, then you're able to keep them enthused about it, and remind them, oh, did you know you can do this? You can do that. Give them tips and hints that just come in, and if you don't want to record them, then you would use something like this to do that. Now, as an example of that, in fact, let's go. Are we okay for time here?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's. I did that when I first was around ChatGPT.
Yeah.
All right. So I asked it, what are the best steps to troubleshoot glow plug issues on a diesel engine? Somebody asked me that. They called World Sweeper or the association, I think, and asked me about that question. So I went to ChatGPT. Check the fuse. Make sure the fuse is not blown. If it is, replace it. Next, you check the wiring. Next, you check the relay. Next, you check the glow plugs. Next, you check the control model, and it tells you how to do that. And then and you can regenerate your response of the same question. It'll give it to you in a little different format each time. But then I went to, what are the best diagnostic steps to employ in troubleshooting diesel engine problems? Check the codes, inspect the air intake, check the fuel system, check the exhaust system, check the turbocharger, check the compression, check the oil system, check the coolant, check the battery, consult the service manual. So now from that, I can take, and in fact, I did this and I sent him to Ali Moulage because he's a pro on this kind of stuff. And we're collaborating on that in the future. But I then say, how do I check the codes on when I am troubleshooting a diesel engine problem? So it gives me everything to do to check the codes, then everything to do to check the air intake system, the step by step. And because I don't know whether to trust the information, I'm sending that to Ali, and then Ali will be our expert that we're asking, and he is giving us all of these steps that we can follow when you want to troubleshoot your diesel engine problems.
Awesome.
So that's again, the kinds of things you can do besides trying to quit smoking.